this hard to believe, but it is in fact a fact, because according to the New York Times, His Royal Highness the Prince of Wales, Prince William, alongside his father, His Majesty the King, King Charles III, well, first and foremost, apparently Prince William is work shy, and according to the New York Times, His Majesty the King's legacy will be the fact that not all of the wonderful charitable works that he's undertaken, oh no, it will be his legacy for the fact that he hasn't been able to make amends with his youngest son, that's right, Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex. So why this sudden outburst? More in particular, why is it in print? As ever, let me explain. Morning chums, lovely to see you. Thank you so much as ever for your time today, and thank you for joining me on a London tube. We are stationary because as ever in London there's an issue. You know, the sort of things that it's always an issue, isn't it, wherever you go? You know, you never quite know what the issue is, but suddenly there is. Oh, apparently we may be moving now, right? Spoke too soon, always good to share, right? Now let me tell you about this particular story, because this headline is in fact very, I think, disrespectful, because when you think, just say take the Prince of Wales, Prince William, I think he works incredibly hard, does a lot of good things, tries his very best, and let's not forget, as he said himself, he's had a brutal year, regards of course the last year with his wife Catherine, the Princess of Wales, and her terrible health incident, right? Now again, when you're thinking you want to say attack His Majesty the King, it's a little unkind to say the least, isn't it, to use phraseology like, well, literally, the only thing he will be known for is now falling out with his youngest son, Prince Harry. Now, let me explain the background to this, because if you remember, of course, just late last year, the New York Times hosted one of those seminars, and one of the star panel guests was none other than the Duke of Sussex, Prince Harry. And if you remember, he came on and talked about not being on social media, and he was aghast at it, and no, you couldn't follow him or Google Hangout and all that sort of stuff. And then what emerged, in fact, was, well, clearly Harry was supposedly taking on the British media, sorting it all out, letting the world know exactly what was going to happen. Very quickly after the recording and that particular seminar, well, he capitulated and gave in to the British media and took the check. So you get the picture, right? Why then did the New York Times decide to go along with this? Well, it's quite simple. You see, they know that Harry and Meghan are good for clicks, and they're supposed to be one of the more esteemed publications. I've written for them myself, and they've taken quite a bit of my work. But that was back when newspapers actually meant something, and indeed had a huge readership. Those days are well and truly over. Interesting now, in particular, is the fact that they're hoping to get Prince Harry once again to attend their next seminar later this year. You see how this works? So by taking, of course, an
High Street, Kensington and Victoria. The next station is Bayswater.
So, of course, by stating that they're very much on Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's side, they hoped they could persuade him. It was good for their business, good for their brand, and they sold quite a lot of tickets. So when you see headlines like this, and this is the reason why I share them with you, do not believe what you initially see, because obviously the editor of the New York Times, Mr. Khan, basically has decided exactly where he wants to try and rake in some money. And he believes, given the fact that, of course, Prince William and, of course, the King are unavailable for those seminars, what better than to have at least a little bit of royal stardust, even though some might suggest it's now radically faded. Either way, it's always good to share the news behind those, well, trivial headlines, as Prince Harry pointed out the last time he sat down with the New York Times. Neil Sean on a London tube, sailing around the capital.